Good afternoon, guys. Thank you to everybody who's coming and hanging out here. If you are checking us out after the stream is no longer live, I want to thank you for coming and hanging out with us for a few minutes, seeing what's going on. Consider subscribing so that you never miss an opportunity to come and join one of these live streams. And of course, I'm joined here with my buddies, John from A&J Outdoors and Grant McIntosh. Links to their channel are also available in the description below. Gentlemen, let's start off with you guys. John, let's start with you since you're like the one right there by my finger. How are you guys doing, man? How was your weekend?
Don't put your finger in my ear, man. It was good. Yeah, we got the boat home. You know, Friday we went and got the boat home. Yep. Saturday I started doing boat work, and I've got a lot of boat and trailer work ahead of me, which isn't a bad thing, right? That's how poor folk like us afford nice things. Is we got to buy something old and fix it up, like I always say. And so that's what we're doing now. Stanley, you don't Facebook, so you probably missed it all, but yeah. I got one of the hubs off. The hub wasn't in too bad shape, but the brakes were disintegrated. So It looks like I've got 6 hub jobs to do and 6 brake jobs to do. But I'm not hating it. That stuff, you know, never take a vehicle to the shop to get brakes done. It's so easy if you just, nowadays especially, go on YouTube and watch a video, and it's easy to do, but I've been doing it for decades, so my body don't do as well doing that stuff, being down there bending, squatting, and all that, but heck with it. That's going to be my workout for however long it takes me to do it. I'm actually
your workout for the week.
Yeah. I'm actually waiting on parts, so it'll be probably this Saturday before I dig back into it.
I don't like working on cars. I do like the pride I get in the work that I've done, like on the Chevy. I'm not gonna shy away from it. But I will say of all the things, there's a couple of jobs on cars that I'm just not terribly fond of. Brakes is one of them. It just for whatever I'm a big guy, so getting up under the car, anything that's like transmissions, I can't stand. So.
Yeah, I'm saying when I was younger, in my 20s and early 30s, I loved working on my vehicles. Building Jeeps was one of my things. But now that I'm older, like you're saying, my body doesn't get down there and do things like it used to, and it hurts more when I do it. But the price you got to pay to have what you want.
Yep.
So that's my foreseeable future. The boat, we're just going to consider it in dry dock, right? Until I get it the way I want it, it's going to be in the driveway. And so I don't know when the main voyage is going to be, but it's not going to be real soon.
Yeah. Pickle Outdoors, I'll cheers to that. No call.
Yeah. OCD Fishing's in the house. And the bar having wings, so I can't hear, but I'm here.
Yeah, hey, that's commitment, dude. This guy, hey, cheers to you, sir. Even though you can't hear us, cheers. Dude is going to a bar, being social. He's getting out and away from his house so that he can watch us on his phone.
I think he's traveling for work. He's not I think he's still in Texas, but he's not here in San Antonio right now. So that's probably why he's out in the bar instead of sitting at home. Grant, what you up to? What you been up to this weekend?
Sheesh. Well, that boy of mine had ACL surgery Thursday.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
And
we're pulling for him.
Surgeon said everything went good. So he's got an ice cooler that pumps cold water around his knee. So we've been getting ice for that every day and keeping it filled up. Was going to go dove hunting yesterday afternoon, and the guy I had made plans to go with texted me and said he forgot his son had a soccer game, so we didn't do that.
Ouch.
Yeah,
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah. And he's going out of town Thursday, so we're going to try things line up tomorrow evening. But we had an awesome weekend. It was nice. I was on call, but we got 90s coming again this coming weekend.
Well, we're still 90s, but it's like low 90s. So it's like, hey, it's finally,
It feels like fall. It's only like 96.
Yeah, exactly. We're no more talking about hundreds. So
Yeah.
and we get off and on. We had some this past weekend. We had some downpours. I mean, flooding the area type rain, which we need. So it wasn't a bad thing. And the good thing was our drive on Friday, bringing the boat back, there was no rain. So it was a safe drive for the most part. And then Saturday or Sunday, when it poured, I think. One of those 2 days.
Dude, I went and fished my brains out in that rain, and you're going to be seeing a lot of that in upcoming videos. Some of it was kind of wild.
Good. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I think one of them, is I'm in the process of editing right now, and I'm super excited about it. It's like the most, it was one of the most exciting, like, 3 minutes of fishing that I've experienced in a long time. Like, just, so much going on with rain and a good fish. I had 2 water spouts drop like right next to me.
Dang.
So yeah, like everything just exploded. And, I don't know if it's as dramatic as it was to me because it's on camera, which, like how cameras add 10 pounds, they also suck like 10% of the excitement out of stuff that happens.
Yeah, you show waves and it doesn't look as bad.
Yeah, that exactly happened to me. Yeah.
Man, you got a lot of people in the chat.
Yeah, we do. Let's say hi to everybody real quick. So I'm headed back up here to the top of the list. We've got Pickle Outdoors, who we need to talk to you about doing a live stream. You won our photography contest, and now you're ghost to me. You're not talking to me. OCD Outdoors. We got Doc Soldier. He is one of the moderators in our Discord server, which if you haven't signed up for that, it's in the description down below. You need to do that. We're having a lot of fun. We're having some contests. Have some good positive energy going on. Mr. Christopher Valis, thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. Danny Baker, who went out and he invited me to go spearfishing this weekend, and I totally bailed on him because I had some stuff going on. And then immediately after he left, I snuck out there and went and did some snorkeling.
I wondered if
apology, man.
I seen that he did it. I was wondering if he invited you.
He did. We talked about it, and I wasn't like I didn't think I was going to get away, and then I was able to get away, but I wasn't able to do so till later in the afternoon. He was already home. Bummed me out, but we got that close. We were that close to getting together. We've got Mountain Bushcrafters Alliance, sir. How are you doing, man? I always appreciate having you come and drop by, sir. It is an honor and a privilege. Nicholas Pouliot Outdoors, sir. Appreciate that. He says, you know what they say, boat stands for your wallet bend over again, thanks.
Bust out another 1,000.
Yeah. What's up, everyone? Mr. Henry Mosley, sir. Appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. We got Fishing for Trophies, Mr. Mark J. Larson Outdoors, Earl Matthews, sir. Always a pleasure. Appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. And so Flo also ghosted me. We're supposed to be getting something together here. I was hoping to have you guys on to come and hang out with us for a live stream panel, and you guys ghosted me on Discord. So I went ahead and just invited my next door neighbor. He's going to be coming on instead. Who was it? Somebody said, somebody had a comment for you, John. I was skipping through this. Where is it?
I think it was OCD saying he wanted to be on the initial trip out on the boat.
Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to answer that. There it is. He wants dibs on the maiden voyage. Yeah. So we're giving that away on Discord, but John doesn't know yet.
Look, I'm in the. Okay, now I hope we don't get in trouble. Remember the old decals people put on their hot rods back in the day? I'm talking 70s, where it said grass, arse, or cash. Nobody rides for free. I'm gonna get a decal somewhere for the boat. Nobody rides for free.
You have so many friends now that you never knew you had.
Yeah, Saturday I'm doing hubs and brakes. I think somebody wants to come over and lend a hand doing hubs and brakes.
Exactly.
You're more than welcome to.
I did a podcast about this, and I have had to tell myself like 3 or 4 times not to tackle this same subject all over again because I'm so adamant about it. I got to go fishing with my uncle, and if you guys haven't seen the trips that I have done with my uncle, like he's got a sick boat, and it took me like 10 years to get invited out on that boat. And I did it through like the way that I went about doing it was just by busting my ass. Anytime I was on that boat, I was going to work. I was going to work myself to death. Anytime I was on, like, any other boat, like, I'm the dude volunteering for all the crap jobs. I'll be the first guy there, last guy leaving. You want to be an asset and valuable. You want to get invited out on somebody's boat, go help them do their brakes. Go help them with the physical labor involved, all the parts that suck. That is how you get invited out on a boat.
Absolutely.
That's like important. Like, that's like, tips for life.
Yeah. I'm looking for that young apprentice, that 20-something-year-old that wants to learn how to do stuff like brakes and stuff like that. I can sit there and just supervise and drink a beer while he does the manual labor in it. But he's learning, that's invaluable. I had to learn from Chilton, like we talked about last week, Chilton manuals and by myself. I didn't have anybody there to show me how to work on cars and stuff. I just did it.
It is amazing the impact that would have on on that person's life. Like, I could do that. I'm 40. I know a little bit.
Yeah.
It would make a huge impact on my life because I have done that exact same thing. I got hired at a job one time. I was living in Austin. I got into a A&M down here in Corpus Christi. It was like a dream thing. I wanted to be at A&M. It took me forever to do it. I was like 28. So I finally got into A&M Corpus Christi. I moved down here and I had some problems with living arrangements, stuff like that, whatever. So I got hired at this place, and it was House of Rock, Corpus Christi. I love the owner. The owner is a very good friend of mine. It's a great establishment. Love them all. I took like probably a half a pay cut. Like, I took half of what I could have been making at that job. Specifically, I told him, look, I'll take the money that you can afford for this position, which was like half. I was like, I'll take that, and I'll work here as long as I can. I ended up working there for 5 years. I said, I'll work here as long as I can, but I want you to teach me everything you know. Like, that was the rule. You have to mentor me in all of this business stuff. I want to learn how to run this business as good as what you do.
Yep, there you go. That is key. So I'm waiting for Hooked Up and Backlash to come in. Because you all remember last week when he was in, he said they were fishing that Haney boat tournament. Well,
yes, I was there at that.
If you follow him on Facebook, they had a pretty amazing day, and I was hoping he would come in and share with us. I'm going to give him another minute or two, and then I'm going to steal his thunder and tell you guys what happened.
So the announcement ceremony or something, or I guess for like I don't know what the days the tournament were, but we were out with my uncle on Friday. So when they had that get together Friday night, it was at the marina where my uncle docks his boat. So we were, going around up there and had a couple of beers while we were trying to get ice and everything for the fish. I did not know like anybody was going to be there, so I didn't even know who to be looking for.
Did you see somebody win a new Haney boat?
I think that was announced on Saturday. I think.
Wow. Boom.
I'm not sure. We were hanging around.
His uncle was the one who won it.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that's who did it.
That's awesome.
And their kids were in the tournament and got, I think, 3rd place large red, 4th place large trout, and then 7th place overall stringer. So I guess they got a little bit of money for that for the kids. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I was hoping he'd come in and get to brag a little bit.
Okay, so everybody, when Hooked Up and Backlash, when he shows up, act like you don't know. Yeah, everybody act surprised. We're all going to hide in the corner, and when he comes in, we're all going to jump out and go, surprise. By the way, OCD says I can clean like nobody else. Those are salesman's words right there.
Absolutely. And you know what? You see his. So that's the name of he's a guide, right? And that's the name of his guide service, OCD Fishing. And you know what OCD stands for? And it's.
Oh yeah, you do. Okay, it took a second.
And it's applicable to him. He's like keeps his boat immaculate. If there's something gets on the boat while they're fishing, he's cleaning the boat while they're fishing.
My uncle does that.
I understand that he would be a good person to have on the boat, especially towards the end of the trip when it's time to get the boat cleaned up.
And so my uncle's like that. He cleans throughout. He keeps that thing just spotless. I am of the other mindset. Like, I'm not a slob, but I'm of the mindset of I want this boat to get disgusting. I want it to be so covered in blood and so terrible looking I want it to be very dramatic looking by the end of the trip. But then when it's done, I want to make that thing look impeccable for the next trip. You don't want blood and guts from the previous trip. You know what I mean?
No.
Like you want to paint your canvas fresh every time. What about you, Grant? What do you do?
I'm laughing at OCD fishing. Cheers. Ears were burning. No,
Yep.
if you get blood and guts everywhere, that means you did something.
Yeah, exactly. Blood on the
That's
Come
what I'm
back.
saying.
back,
I like to
everything's
show it
still
off a little.
clean. Yeah. Yeah, when I get done duck hunting, I want feathers all over the boat.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Pickle says he's down for a live. He's in the middle of hey man, dude, I totally understand that. I do want to see your salmon fishing. Like your photos of like the salmon stuff that you do are sick. So I don't know, like, okay, let me know, Pickle, when is this salmon fishing trip? And I think that's probably going to be a pretty cool deal. Come up with some, get your pictures. Let's bring you up to talk about your salmon fishing trip. I'd love to. I think that'd be the perfect opportunity to have you on board here. So let us know when that trip's going to be.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
OCD says I'm painting my canvas as I fish.
Yeah, he's repainting. He like paints a little bit, cleans that off. Paints a little bit, cleans that off.
Yeah, all right, cool, Pickle. I'll be in touch with you then. If you're available next Tuesday, we can put that together, I believe. Whose channel are we going to... I guess it's going to be Grant. It's going to be you next week.
You
Oh,
got
got you muted, man.
muted again, Grant.
Yeah, my bad.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's supposed to be my turn next week, but I've got that deposition next week,
Okay.
next Tuesday, and
You want? I can do it.
it's scheduled 12 to 4, but it said it could go until it's done. So
You want me to go ahead and take it?
12 hours about it if they want me to.
Yeah, right. I agree.
Okay. Yeah. I feel the same way. Like,
I can take it. Just tell me, and I'll do it.
Yeah. John, go ahead and plan it. We'll go ahead and plan it. Be at A&J Outdoors next week.
Got it. Good.
good.
Look what I found. Another
So,
boat part to
what is
replace.
it?
It's just another boat part I got to replace.
You got a few of those.
Along with this one here, got to replace that guy too from the trailer.
Oh, dude, I was snorkeling around over the weekend after Danny Baker left out of the jetty. This is gonna be another video that we're working on, but Savannah and I went out there, decided to have a nice little afternoon in the clear water, and while I'm down there, I found a lower unit sitting in the jetty. Yeah,
You may have had a bad day.
that's an expensive anchor right there.
Yeah.
No doubt.
We were cleaning up stuff, like we were picking up trash off the bottom and doing all this stuff, and I was like, man, that would be a really good thing to get off the bottom here, but there was no physical way.
Yeah.
It's gonna do
Right,
it.
that's heavy as crap.
It was, yeah. And there's a V8 up sitting at the end of the jetty, like at the end of the jetty, just sitting up there on the rocks.
Serious.
Yeah. I've taken pictures of it a couple of times. It's a
or-
V8. It was an inboard. It's the V8 and the transom.
Oh,
Like some
I
boats.
think somebody posted a picture of that. Is it on
Yeah.
Packery or on
Port A.
Port
Hey, gunslinger. Nah, you're welcome, man. Come on in and say hi, dude. Not
Yeah.
the wrong account. What are you talking about?
I'm interested to see what his other account name is. now.
Yeah. I know,
Yeah,
that's
right?
Who is this?
Who is the gunslinger?
Oh, Danny saw one over, and you were at Packery, right? I saw mine Surfside Port Aransas, which to me, and that was only like 6-8 feet of water. That's bad news. That is really bad.
Yeah.
It was amateur. Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, okay. Oh, Ben's in the house.
Hey, he says, greetings all. Just now leaving the boss's party, so drinking done for the day. Hope everyone's doing well. That's a slippery slope, man. I always saved my heavy drinking for right after the boss's party.
Yeah, I never drink too heavy at the boss's party.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's doing well.
I did do that once and slapped my boss on the ass.
Oh,
Yeah, and we weren't exactly like close either, so it wasn't.
so he didn't like that, huh?
He played it off fine, but yeah, he probably took it as the insult it was supposed to be.
Yeah, real quick update, the COVID stuff. So we are like, I'm like probably 80%. Still got voices a little bit off, still coughing some stuff, and I just freaking, my tank is low. Every time, like when I did pulled the hub and stuff, do that, it took me maybe an hour to get all that done, and the rest of the day I was spent, like exhausted. I'm like, God, when am I going to get over this? And Audrey she's having stomach issues. She's still coughing a lot. So, but she's getting better too. So we know we're on the, the uphill of it. But man, I was surprised it just hung on so long.
Yeah, because what was it? 3 weeks since today?
Yeah, 3 weeks for me. 3 weeks for me. 3 weeks. In a couple of days, it'll be 3 weeks for her. Pickle's asking what we're sipping on. So I'm not doing the Jack and Coke tonight. This is some Long Island iced tea. And this is the first of it I've drank since I've had beer now since I got COVID, because I drank some beer this weekend. But that's the first hard liquor I've drank since I had COVID.
I have no sympathy. I am going straight up with the martinis, and a martini glass is just getting my way, so I'm going Scotch glass on it.
So uncouth.
Just got the Modelo.
All right.
Hey, so I am quickly becoming a big time Modelo fan. In fact, I probably need to do a TikTok or a shorts video or something and tag them on this. We went offshore. I'll have some pictures of all that in just a moment. But as we typically do, we traded the shrimpers for some shrimp. We caught them when they were culling their catch. And so we had some beer. We went up and talked to them. You'll see all this in the video, but it's going to be about a month before the video comes out. So we had a 12-pack of Modelo. We learned our lesson last time. You don't give them cheap beer. So we brought Modelo. We went out there and asked them, hey, you trade? And they said, yeah, we'll trade. So we gave them a 12-pack of Modelo. And they gave us a 5-gallon bag of shrimp.
Wow.
So yeah, we were like, oh, we've got a good boat here. And they were thirsty too. And we said, hey, this is a good bag of shrimp. Would you be interested in another 12-pack? Because they were probably expecting a case, an 18 or something. So they were immediately like, yes, absolutely. We will trade you for another 12-pack. All right, cool. So I went to the back of the boat. I was the one, I speak both Spanish, so I was the one arbitrating the conversation. I go back there and there's only like 8 beers. It was our personal drinking beers. It wasn't a box, it wasn't a case, it wasn't a 12-pack. It was loose leaf beers. So I had to go back and I told all the guys, I told my uncle, my dad, I was like, dude, we're out of beer. We don't have the beer. And they had the bag sitting there waiting for us. Another 5-gallon bag. I was like, guys, we can't follow through on this. And they're like, well, tell them. So you go tell them. I don't want to be the one letting them. So I went up there and I had to tell them. I was like, yeah, guys, I am so sorry. In the best Spanish that I could come up with, I was like, dude, I am so sorry. We accidentally left the beer at the house. I kind of brokenly said the beer's at the house. Sorry. Very sorry. Still sorry. I said, the best thing they could. And they were both kind of like, well, that sucks. Here you go. And just gave us the other 5-gallon bag of shrimp.
Oh,
wow. That was 10 gallons. It was like 60 pounds of shrimp. Dang. For a 12-pack. So, long story short, cheers to those guys.
No doubt.
Yeah, cheers to them.
There's Peter. Jesse.
Hey, what's up, Peter?
Yeah, 5 gallons, not 5 pounds of shrimp, right?
Right.
That's a lot.
Yeah, 5 gallons. It would not have fit in a 5-gallon bucket. That bag was too big. I've got pictures here. Let me show you a picture. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so check this out. If it comes up, there it is. Y'all can see it okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Peter. We got 60 pounds of shrimp for a 12-pack of Modelo. Trading with the shrimpers.
The 4 pictures is what you're talking about?
Yeah, this is just some pictures. This is my Uncle Perry. That's my dad, the top left corner. Murray is a partner on the boat with my Uncle Perry. He's the one that's fighting something sick in that bottom left picture. And then that was our ice chest on the bottom right corner full of tuna. And then that's one of the 5-gallon buckets that we got of shrimp on the right side of that picture. It's a 6-foot box, by the way.
Nice.
But then to give it a little bit more little clarification here.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, my first tuna, by the way. And actually, that's my first bull shark in the top right.
Congrats on the tuna.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, very nice. Looks pretty good size.
It was a good one. It was a good one. We didn't weigh or measure it or anything. We were just throwing them in the box left and right.
Blackfin?
Blackfin, yeah.
Nice.
Did you hold the shark like that for a picture?
Dude, I wanted to. My uncle refuses to let me bring a shark in the boat. He refuses to let me do it. I chew him. I chew on him every time we go out there. He won't let me do it. The reason being is because it's going to tear a bunch of shit up. It's going to bleed all over the place. And he's also very conservative. Actually, he doesn't want to hurt the sharks. There's no need for it. He doesn't agree with me eating a bull shark. He also wants to keep room in the box in case we get a makeup. So you can only keep one shark. It's not worth it keeping a bull shark. You look kind of dumb doing it. But those bottom two pictures, I know they're not blowing up very big, but that purple bag is one of the bags of shrimp. That was the bag that those guys took home. And then that very bottom right picture is me and my mom. That purple bag, you can see, took up half of a 120-quart ice chest. That's us sitting there heading them all, me and my mom.
So did you use them for bait or did you eat them?
Oh, we ate them. Well, we vacuum sealed them. I've got them froze up in the freezer right now. We ended up with 30 bags of 31-pound bags of shrimp.
Nice.
It was sick. It was the best haul we've ever gotten by far.
Okay, fishing's in the house.
What's up, Kai? How are you doing, man?
Don't ever be late again.
He was trying out for the hockey team yesterday, and what did you do? He injured himself, and I forgot what injury it was. I'm sorry. I'm going to double check that right now because that was a bummer to hear that. And I want to hear how you did, if you ended up making it or not.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I can't remember where that chat was. Where you pulled? Oh, it was a hamstring. Okay, so that's.
Ooh, ouch.
We were talking about ACLs, and I was like, oh man, I hope it wasn't an injury like that, and I just glossed over it.
So it's probably been a month or so ago, Mark J. Larson was showing us telling us here in chat, and then he put out a video with the Fish Hawk blowgun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got mine today.
Oh,
no way!
Nice.
So I'm ready to go. I don't know what the heck I'm going to shoot with it, but
let's see some videos.
Bring that when you come down here. That's all I got to say. I don't know what you're going to shoot, but I know we're going to put you in front of something to shoot with it. Oh man, Henry, dude. Oh, that is I didn't even think about that event. I wish you'd have mentioned this a month ago. I'm not in a fantasy football league. I wish now we'd done one on the Discord.
I haven't done one in years.
That's what I was going to say. It's been 10 years or better since I've been on a fantasy anything.
Same here. But I killed it. I did one for House of Rock when I was working over there. I started their fantasy football team, their league, and I ended up making pretty good money on that because I won the second and the third year in a row.
Nice.
Yeah. Henry's in 3 of them.
Nice. How are you doing so far? How are your decisions? Who you got out? Guy said he made the team. Congratulations, man. I look forward to seeing some pics, and I want to hear some more about that, how it goes. I wish we had more hockey down here. All right, well, Cowboys fans, I am a Packers and Texans fan myself. So
Cowboys. Broncos fan. Yeah, we lost that.
I want a screenshot. Somebody please clip that. Somebody please do a clip of everybody's enthusiasm and excitement for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Considering how much Texas representation we have here, and what was, what was very clearly some utter disdain for that team.
Oh yeah. Yep, and every year it's like, this is our year. We're gonna do it.
Oh, it's not even like that. That's the thing I hate about the Cowboys is the fans.
Yep.
Jerry Jones ownership is another conversation, but the fans are so like, we won a championship 40 years ago. We're gonna tear you a new one this year. This is the year. Tony Romo's he's gonna throw for 500 yards and win 15 games.
Yeah. Now their quarterback's gone for a while, so ridiculous. Yeah, we lost a heartbreaker last night to Seattle, but that's all right. We'll bounce back.
As a Texans fan, the Texans side of me, and that stems back to Oilers days, but as a Texans fan, this whole quarterback situation that we're going through is like, I'm going to take a couple of years off from being a fan. I'm just like sick of that nonsense. So I'm excited about the Packers, and I have my Aaron Rodgers.
There you go.
Right. They lost. Packers lost. Broncos lost. Texans lost, I believe. Cowboys lost. It was a crazy weekend. Audrey's from Michigan. She's a Detroit fan. Detroit lost.
Yeah, my mom lives in Washington, and she got Seahawks season tickets this year. She's lived out there about 5 years, and she finally got her season tickets this year. So
that's pretty awesome. Good for her. Too bad it couldn't be a better team, but good for her.
Yeah, well, they beat us.
I had to rub that in. I just don't like this. I like Seattle. I like the city of Seattle. I just don't like the Seahawks.
Steelers fan, Mark J. Larson. Steelers had a good game. They beat freaking Cincinnati, who went to the Super Bowl last year. So Cincinnati looked like trash. He threw 4 interceptions and fumbled the one away all in the first half of that game. But they came back.
I'm going to say something here. This is something that we're going to do this more organized next week. Okay, so it is sports season. It's football season. It's fall. There's like the season changes and all of that stuff we got going on. So I think we're going to. We'll talk about this. We're going to implement it though. I'm pretty sure this is going to be like a thing. We're going to do like a 10-minute football talk every week because I think we need to. Not everybody's going to be into it. But I think that if we did 10 or 15 minutes talking about football, talking about your fantasy teams, arguing and being mad at each other and stuff like that, I think we should all be able to get that off of our chest on a Tuesday. You guys let me know in the chat, am I wrong? Would you prefer we don't do that because your team sucks? Or are you okay with me bragging about my Packers every week?
They lost. Just saying.
They can. It's fine.
It's early, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But they lost a division game. They lost to Minnesota.
Yeah, but Minnesota's not going to win any more games.
Okay.
Actually, they have. I don't know much. I think they do have a pretty good team this year, though.
We got 2 Steelers fans in the house.
Really?
Yep.
Mark
J. and SoFlo.
Okay, guys. So I'm gonna just go ahead and notch that down as a vote for no sports talk for those guys. A sports rundown, yes. And Kai, I'm going to hold you to keeping us on the ball with hockey because I want to have that conversation. I'm going to be a hockey fan this year. I'm like committing to that. I'm going to be a hockey fan this year.
I've tried. I can't.
I want to so bad. I love going to hockey
games. I've been to hockey games, but you don't understand it. It's like, what? Why did they just get in trouble? What? Who did what? It's like the only thing
you're supposed to get in trouble.
Fight.
That's part of the game.
Yeah, but penalties. You don't even know why they got a penalty. But the good things are the fights. That's the only thing good about it.
Yeah. Yeah. They have the best fights in sports. And I'm including boxing.
Yeah.
I want to see, what's his name? What's that guy, that YouTube guy who does all the boxing stuff? He's a famous one. All I want to say is I want to see him in a hockey game. He thinks he's so tough in boxing.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Even the refs don't know the rules. Jake Paul?
Jake Paul.
Yeah, okay. One of the last hand-to-hand combat sports left. I'm going to put it right up there with fishing. As my personal favorite hand-to-hand combat sport. So, what do you guys say? We're going to jump back into some of this conversation we got with sports over here. However, I think we need to take a look at some of the photos of the week. How do y'all feel about that?
I agree.
It's about that time. We need to pick a winner. So last week, Danny Baker was the winner, and he didn't even take full advantage of that. He had the photographer of the week role on the Discord server. That is only allowed to one winner per week is allowed to carry that belt. It puts you at the very top of the list for everybody in the entire server to see who this is every time that you're on there. That's Danny Baker. So today we need to determine who it is that is going to be taking this belt away from Danny. We got some good ones too. The pictures that we have this week are, in general, they are, well, they're better. I'm not going to lie. Like, all in all, they're better than what we were seeing last week.
So you're saying, Danny, you guys all stunk last week is what you're saying.
You got a good fish. Starting off with amateur. I hope you're still in the house, man. Amateur outdoors, dude. That is just a gorgeous picture. You always have me, like, when it comes to like clear water, when it comes to gorgeous outdoors conditions and stuff like that. That is like that's you're speaking to me with that anytime.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I don't recall if you caught anything, but I do recall the picture.
There's something going on the water out there. It's hard to tell.
I know he's casting. I can't tell if he's catching a fish or not. Amateur, if you're still in the house, man, let us know what you got going on with that. I didn't know that. Yeah, you won. Yeah, you weren't here. You won last week.
I've been here to learn. Yeah, he wasn't here last week.
He was in.
Like a fish jumping out of the water.
It does, yeah.
Could be.
I can't tell. I don't have a way of zooming in on that.
I blew it up on one of my screens and I still can't tell.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like to me. A fish jump. I can zoom in pretty good. It looks like a fish jumping out of the water, head up and tail down and curved.
Nice.
Yeah, I see it.
Smallmouth? Just a fish jumping. That's what it says. It's in Bennett Springs, Missouri.
It is a quarter-pound smallmouth.
That's part of the thing that we all get. Whenever you're pulling up pictures, one of the things that you do is you're inevitably going to ID the fish. And I can guarantee that, like, especially with the chat that we have, you pull up any fish. We'll test this in a second. You pull up any fish, and we will get, like, between everybody here, an accurate idea of how long that fish is and how much it weighs and what species it is.
So they say it is a fish jumping. Trout stream in Bennett Springs. Oh, man. Looky there.
Yeah. Can't argue with a good Dorado, man. Mahi. Yeah. And I don't know what that guy is.
Yeah.
But he looks tasty.
Yeah.
It looks like a little strawberry grouper or something. I don't know, but
the mouth and face look like a grouper, but colors and stripes are weird. Probably something that we don't have around here.
Yeah, I want to say that's man, I forget where he's from, but I know it's like other side of the world. It's Philippines.
Yeah.
I say other side of the world. It might be Seattle for all I can remember. But whatever it is, it's not. I don't think it's not a Western Atlantic fish. I can say that. I say strawberry grouper. I don't think it is a strawberry grouper, but I bet it's similar. Next up, this one goes straight out. This dude I don't know why he's not here hanging out with us. He needs to be. He gets pictures in here every week. Channel Cats and Cat Scans. He keeps changing his name. So Channel Cats here has himself a nice little smallmouth and a nice muskie on a beautiful day out there.
Yep.
Gorgeous couple of pictures he's got. I was only going to do one of them, but I was like, I couldn't decide which was better. So I was like, you know what? He's getting a whole page on this one today.
Great fish.
That having been said, he's not here to defend himself. So in the chat, if you're like, my muskie was bigger, now's the time to say it. He can't defend himself. Then we got Pickle. There you are, buddy. And A.D. Deadman. Pickle's got himself a nice bass, and Deadman has himself. That's a sick little gar. I want to say that was like a 37, 38-inch gar.
Looks like a long nose gar.
Mm-hmm.
Not a
yeah, I don't know the differences between the different gars.
Yeah.
I'd say it was long nose.
Yeah.
For being that long and that skinny.
Yeah.
I thought they were all alligator gars to me. Is it just like a Texas thing?
Yeah, there's a few places other than us that have alligator.
Yeah, we've got the long nose, the short nose, the alligators. We've got several gar.
Spotted gar.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
That
we've
makes
got
me wonder now. I caught one up in Wisconsin. Now I have no idea what kind I caught.
Oh, see, you didn't put it up here to be identified.
I didn't even have this resource yet. So, again, you guys, anybody who's watching this after the fact in the chat, whatever the case may be, go down to the description of this video, jump into the Discord, get in on that, because there's going to be a day when you are going to catch an amazing fish you want everybody to see and help identify it. And if you're not already in the Discord, then you're going to be out of luck.
Like Henry says, not getting that crankbait back.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I'd wait. Definitely weigh the value of whether or not I want to keep that or my fingers.
Mm-hmm.
No, Danny, you didn't. You did not follow through this week, buddy.
Yeah.
And you had some good ones. You texted me some good pictures.
Yeah,
You
put them on Facebook, I see.
Actually, I wish Scully was here.
Brand.
Scully sent me a couple pictures. I didn't respond because it was a crazy weekend and everything, but I wanted to talk about his pictures too.
Yeah, you can't be the first back-to-back champion if you don't send in pictures back-to-back weeks.
There you go. Absolutely. They gotta start all over again.
All right, so those are our pictures of the week for the Discord server. Now is that time where we have to decide who is walking home with the photographer of the week belt. Who's going to be the one stealing it from Danny? Go ahead, let us know in the chat now. Give us your vote. It's going to be A for Channel Cats, B for Pickle Outdoors, C for AD Deadman, and D for Asian Boy. We got one for that gar.
All right.
Let me see. What am I? I'm gonna put. I should have put my photo in. I'm gonna go Channel Cats on this one. I like that.
Pickle. I like that smallmouth.
Is that a smallmouth or a largemouth?
I think it's a smallmouth.
I think it is too.
Coloration looks smallmouth to me.
That's a sick smallmouth. I thought it was just an average largemouth.
There's a nice fat belly on them and everything.
That it does. You said it's a smallmouth. Oh, that is a sick smallmouth, man. I apologize. I thought it was large.
Yeah, I'm voting a smallmouth.
OCD to submit pictures. You need to do it through the Discord server. However, if we can get our stuff together, I am more than happy to continue this. Also, like if John wants to do it on the Facebook page. However, like if you can get them to us and stuff like that, I have no problems putting them on here. But right now, we are organizing it through the Discord server.
Yeah, and the link to the Discord server is down in the description below. So you check that out.
All right. So at this time, so far, you've got about 30 more seconds, but we've got.
I'm gonna go ahead and put my vote in, but since Amateur Outdoors didn't make the cut, but I like that picture of the fish jumping out of the water. Amateur Outdoors, keep it coming.
Yeah, do keep it coming. You got beat just because of the pictures with the fish in there, but like I've said many times in the past, like we're looking for a good photo, and yours is right up there, man. If I was going to have a fifth spot, it probably would have been yours. I apologize for that. At the same time, I want to encourage you and push you into getting some good fish.
Yeah, because it didn't look like he caught the fish, but it was an awesome picture.
Yeah, if you're going for the photo, that was an awesome photo.
It is tied at the moment. Channel Cats and Pickle Outdoors, 4-4. We need some tiebreakers in here, guys.
Anybody didn't vote?
Give us A, B, C, or D. Pick your best picture. Somebody's got to jump in and be a tiebreaker on this one. Who's the best? Or if we have a bunch of people who are going to jump in for Deadman and Asian Boy, you want to dump a bunch of votes on there, feel free to do that too. You're running out of time if that's the case. Who needs to be the big time winner?
Henry said he'll change his vote from C to B.
There you go. And then Peter comes in and votes A. We're 5-5.
Henry,
come on, guys.
Henry, I got to know if you've shot a velvet buck yet.
Did you see the video that he put out about urban hunting?
I did.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Are you legally able to like shoot deer out of like the front yard like that? Can you do that?
We can do it here with a bow.
Oh, there's another A from Ben.
Channel cats. Thank you, Ben.
Can't shoot a gun in city limits, but
you can't. Okay. Yeah, that's how you guys are so weird compared to Texas. That's crazy though. Like I joke about that, but seriously, like I never thought about that. You know, we have places like Port Mansfield. If you've ever been, there are deer like all over the place. You walk in HEB and they come like following you around, trying to get into the HEB with you. I don't think they'd let me pitch a tent and go hunt deer there, but man, I've thought about it. So far, we got about 30 seconds left here, guys. So far, we have 5 for Channel Cats, 4 for Pickle Outdoors, who, by the way, was the winner before Danny Baker, him and SoFlo. So, just be advised on that. Henry says, I have shot a velvet buck, but none were mature. It was only a weekend, sadly. Yeah, we've all been there. Didn't want to risk chasing a deer in someone else's yard unless it was mature.
You got 6 for A and 5 for B.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. 6 for A, 5 for B. Neck and neck. Does anybody else want to cast a vote? Here to take back the title. You're right there, man.
You need a couple more votes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be the first 2-time champion, right?
Not back to back, but the first 2-timer for sure.
There you go.
He's like the Dallas Cowboys of the photographer of the week.
Yeah, you can't go shooting seagulls, Peter.
They are protected. They are.
I would think they're nasty, but I don't
So are vultures. You can't do anything with vultures either. That kind of blew my mind. I didn't know that. I don't know why vultures need to be protected, but you know, there's something wrong with the world when you have to protect vultures. And seagulls.
They did come out with a, I don't know if it was I guess a permit basically this year for farmers. They could get 3 permits per year for 3 buzzards or vultures.
Really?
If they were bothering their livestock, they could kill 3. Usually there's like 30, 40.
What are you going to do with 3? Dude, whatever. Fine. You know what?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That is freaking ridiculous. That is stupid. For one, who's going to go out to get a permit for 3? They're completely worthless. You're only doing it to protect your cattle. You're not going to get a permit to do that. I promise you. If they're tearing up your cattle, you're going to take care of that problem one way or the other. And if that means more than 3, permit be damned, you're taking out more than 3.
OCD's right. If you go to Calaveras or Brawley near the cleaning stations, vultures are all over them.
All right. So Peter says, I wonder if seagull tastes good. I love this. This is the best response from the best person possible. Man after my own heart. Mark J. Larson says they taste like spotted owl. Peter says, I was hoping they tasted as good as bald eagle.
I don't think there's as much meat on a seagull as there is a bald eagle.
He's talking about the bald eagles that we have down here. We call them bald eagles. They're caracara. They're Mexican vultures.
Yeah, you're right. Pickles looks like Channel Cats for the win today.
Looks like it. Channel Cats, congratulations, man. We'll be setting you up as soon as we get off here. We'll get you squared away with everything. Next time around, you need to be here to defend yourself, because otherwise, as you're probably going to notice here now, we have all the time in the world in order to say anything that we want about you and the fake muskie that you photoshopped into your photo to win this contest.
I'm starting to think maybe my vote could be influenced by people actually being here versus somebody not coming to the
I kind of feel the same way. Yeah. Like, I think we are going to do something to the effect of like people who, are like active and sitting here and voting and like putting their time, especially, what I've noticed is all these people voting. I have never once seen somebody vote for themselves. even when their picture is up there, everybody is like, the honor system is working overtime with everything that we're doing here, and everybody's being real generous and voting for each other. So we are, like, the people hanging out with us here, we are going to take a little bit of preference on them for when photos are selected in the future.
I'm going to have to go Photoshop some pictures and post them in there, because I ain't been fishing in forever, so I got to Photoshop something.
We did say it could be hunting pictures as well, right?
I expect there is an expectation that this is going to transition in the fall, and we are going to see more hunting. There were some hunting pictures. There wasn't. I had some kind of questions about the legalities of some of them, so I wasn't going to bring them up. But yeah, we are going to transition and doing more hunting stuff. I'm going to go get some hunting photos, and I was fair with the tuna. I did not submit some of my awesome pictures from 60-pound bags of shrimp. But when hunting season comes around and it's a fair playing field, because I don't know what I'm doing, you can rest assured I'm entering my photos in that contest.
I like Danny's post.
Well, Sierra come in with a B.
Oh, Danny, you lost the title you didn't even know you had. Now you're gonna have to submit some more pictures. Get some good underwater spearfishing pictures of your trip last weekend and put them in the Discord next week so that we can talk about those. I'm looking forward to seeing those already anyway.
Sierra just tied it back up.
Oh, hi, Sierra. I think we kind of already handed it to Channel Cat, so
yeah,
and it was not undeserved.
Hey, it's your thing. You decide that.
Yeah,
came in with a late vote.
Sierra, you got to take a better picture next time.
Yeah, Sierra, dump some pictures in there. Hey, so I will say this, like, we have selected Channel Cats as the winner. Oh, but this does tie it up. So you're saying that he needs to have like the both winner?
Well, we had 2 winners before.
All I got to say about that, Danny.
Mail-in ballots.
Yeah.
Are there hanging chads?
You know what? Is everybody cool with that? Is everybody cool if we have a dual winner? Are the winners?
We've done it before.
Okay, so here's the deal. This sucks. Sorry, but right now, Channel Cats and Pickle Outdoors. I'm going to let you guys decide if we're going to have 2 winners or not. You guys get to say. Right now, this title is in the hands of Channel Cats. Channel Cats, you let me know right now. Are you allowing there to be 2 winners? And Pickle, what are your thoughts on that? Should there be 2 winners? And we'll just take a vote between the 2 of you.
Like it.
You see, that's how we're going to go ahead and give a little bit of preference to those guys who are hanging out here and making their voice known and voting for these things, especially when you're going out and voting for other people and being like real nice like that. That's the honor system in effect. That's where you need to go ahead and do that. He's not here to defend. I know. That was kind of the joke. He says yes. Okay, Channel Cats.
Dual winners.
Hadn't
Speak
heard
now,
from you.
Or forever hold your peace.
Exactly right. I'm going to harass him so hard into this.
Dual winners. We got dual winners.
I'm down for trapping.
Hey, Dead Man made it. I appreciate you coming and hanging out, man. So I did, in fact, get the crankbait back from the from that what I called an alligator gar. What kind of gar was it, by the way? He said he stuck his boot in its mouth. Yeah, all right. Sounds good to me. I am more than happy to do that. So the photographer of the week is going to be a tie between Pickle Outdoors, who has got his 2nd title of photographer of the week, and Channel Cats finally got one, and it was well-deserved. Congratulations, guys. Pickle, thank you so much, man. I appreciate all the pictures that you're putting in there because I'm loving them. I cannot wait to see and hear all about the salmon trip that you're doing. I would like to set that up. If everybody's on board with this and totally cool with it, I would like to set that up for have you on the live stream next week so that we can discuss your salmon trip. And I want to see lots of pictures. And you better have that video out too so that we can link to it.
Can do.
Deadman says it was a long nose gar. We were talking about this just earlier, man. I thought, dude, I thought they were all alligator. I didn't even know there was a different kind of gar.
Yeah, there are like 5 different kinds here in Texas.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know like white bass. I thought that was a sea bass. I'm an idiot. Like all the freshwater stuff that I know, I learned from Rachel's side of the family very recently, last 3 years, and you guys is where like 100% of my freshwater knowledge comes from.
I'm the opposite. All my saltwaters come from you guys. So
a valuable exchange, in my opinion.
Yep, absolutely.
I'll take it.
yeah.
So we are down to the last 5 minutes of this stream, guys. I want to thank you all so much for hanging out with us in here. Now, before we get to wrapping this whole thing up, I do want to hear from everybody in the chat, and you too. I hear her back there. What do you got going on this weekend? Now is your opportunity. I want to hear about the exciting and amazing adventures that you have coming up for the rest of the week, for this weekend. What are the things we are going to be talking about next week when we do this live stream again? We're going to use this as an opportunity. We're going to hold you accountable for the fun that we are expecting that you're going to have. And before we do that, like if you're in the chat, let us know. I want to hear all about the weekend that you have planned coming up. While we're waiting on you to do that, Grant, I'm going to start with you, sir. What kind of fun stuff do you have in store for us coming up this weekend?
First, I want to give a quick shout out to Roy's Tackle in Corpus Christi. Thanks, Roy's Tackle, for helping Ben's brother. I don't have anything for sure planned. Like I said, it's supposed to be hot. After today, really. It was 51 yesterday morning and this morning. Perfect mornings to do anything besides go to work, but I had to go to work instead. I'm definitely going to try to get out this weekend, Saturday and or Sunday morning. I think it's supposed to be in the 60s in the morning, so be a good morning, go squirrel hunting or try to shoot a dove if I can find a spot. That's the biggest issue is I don't get invited to go on these sunflower fields that get posted on Facebook of friends.
I feel your pain.
Yeah, down here it's
I'm
like
not even laughing about that. I feel your
like
pain.
$100 to go on a dove hunt, and I just can't bring myself to do it. My next few things is going to be boat work stuff. I'll probably shoot a tour video of the boat, and then it'll just be continuous.
If you need a cameraman for that, I'll jump. We got to get our timing together, but I'm not even kidding. I would totally volunteer to drive up there just to film that for you. We could do it like an episode of Cribs.
That's it.
You see, Danny wants to hit North Jetty and do spearfishing over there with you.
Yeah, Danny, let's talk. I have actually never done the jetty boat. I've never done that in my life. And that North Jetty is one of the purest, best fishing spots in the United States. So yeah, I am all about that. I'm down. It's a hard thing to schedule, but we'll be in touch about that because I've been wanting to do that for a very long time. Henry has excellent taste in music.
Program?
He's going to go do a little bit of public land scouting. I do want to touch on this as well. Like, okay, so here's the deal. Quick shout out to Roy's Tackle in Corpus Christi for helping my brother with a nice Shimano setup. So I want to say that I've been trying for a very long time to get a sponsorship with Roy's. I never actually said this openly, but I don't need that much. Like if they had like a little can of peanuts or something on the side, maybe some leftover bait from the year before, that's all it takes to get me because I love Roy's. That is like the coolest place in the world to me. So kudos to you guys. Class act helping out with, is that Gus with the Shimano setup? Kudos to you guys. You can have me even cheaper than that now. Mad respect to those guys. I love them. That's the place that I go to in Corpus. It's them and Port A Outfitters are like my two spots that I go to. And next time you go in there, anybody who goes into Roy's, tell them they need to sponsor Stanley Orchard, please. I'm not expensive. I swear to God, I'm not expensive. It won't take much. Deadman says, I'm taking my two brother-in-law to that fishing spot where you got that gar, probably getting a new rod after the car broke the tip of my current cheapo. Dude, fix the tip of that rod. I don't own a single rod that I haven't fixed the tip on, and half of them I've fixed twice because I screwed it up the first time or rebroke it or whatever the case may be. It's like the easiest, cheapest fix in the world, literally. It costs like $1 to fix that tip. Pickle Outdoors is going to be doing some salmon fishing, so we are all obviously very much looking forward to that. I have the traveling tackle bag now. Cool. That's really awesome to hear that. So if you're not familiar with that, check out Mark J. Larson Outdoors. You need to check out his channel. Grant, would you mind helping me out with a link on that so we can wrap it up? If you don't mind. So this is cool. There's a couple of guys that we have going back and forth with this tackle bag. Started off, I'm not even sure where. Mr. Larson will fill you in on the backstory for his video, but it's been handed through. It's like a tackle bag that's been handed through several YouTubers, and they're all going out and catching fish with it and then handing it off. It's a really cool story. I hope you guys are all creating a playlist for the journey of this thing, because that's a really cool thing that you guys are doing. And if you want, we need to talk behind the scenes and see if there's something that we can do to get that tackle bag down here to Texas. So on that note, we will have that up in just a moment. Check him out. Mark, we are all big fans of Mark. He makes great content, and that's just even cooler that he's in on that traveling tackle bag. I don't know what I've got going on. I am editing my brains out right now. I've got some amazing stuff. I've got I've got some good videos. They're going to be decent. They're going to be coming out here very soon. You can check that out. I'm not even going to get into the stuff that we got. You'll see it for yourself. I'll let the video speak for itself. I want to thank you all very much. We are going to go ahead and wrap this up. I want to thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight, guys. We had, it's always a blast being able to come out here and decompress on a Tuesday to where we can now, kind of start fresh for the rest of the week. Go out there and have an amazing week. Have an amazing weekend, and we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday on John's channel over here. And then we'll have Grant the week after that. Make sure to subscribe to their channels in the links that are provided in the description down below. Have a wonderful time. We'll catch you in the next stream, guys. And then I got my thing here. I forgot to do.
You can do it. Come on,
I'm almost there. I almost nailed it. Like, there it is. Okay, I got it.